If you are contemplating things like free speech, I would highly suggest looking into the Frank Zappa trial. People came after him for his music, and there's a lot of musicians actually, when you look into the creative realm, any kind of suppression of creativity is a form of basically anti-free speech. And yeah, there's a problem with the kinds of people who have no problem sitting around dishing it out, but when it comes time to eat, they don't. Their appetite's suddenly gone because they don't want to be served what they've been feeding everyone. But at some point, you know, the freedom of speech was being manipulated to say basically that people could talk shit, to, freedom of speech to say lies and to say the wrong things. But freedom of speech also has to do with the right to. I just did my nails and I was just thinking how great they look. Anyways, the freedom of speech has a lot to do with I lost track because I was thinking about my nails. You know, it has to do with the right and the ways that we talk in our own language, our own native tongue, and I find it fascinating that we are contemplating freedom of speech after all of the cases of people being punished for using their native tongues. One example, did you know that things like football signs, when they do huddles, comes from using sign language, and that it was illegal for people to use sign language for deaf people because it was considered a threat. People thought they were trying to undermine the main language, when really they were deaf and they just had to speak that way. And so here is a document preaching free speech, but free to speech, free, what does that mean? Like people were punished if they spoke their way. And freedom of speech also doesn't mean the right to talk shit either. And telling someone your experience isn't talking shit. Telling someone what you think isn't talking shit. So yeah.